So here's a quick build guide on a non-crit split arrow blast rain character. For this character I'm using a Marauder with the Berserker Ascendancy class. We're using Berserker so we can get Aspect of Carnage to scale our damage out a bit more since we're not going crit. For the passive skill tree, we're going through the Marauder area, down to Iron Grip, over into Duelist area, using a Lionized Fall to convert the axe and the two hand nodes into bow damage nodes, going over toward Ranger area to grab some of the good bow nodes in the Ranger start as well as the bow wheel. Outside of that, grabbing the frenzy charges, and that's about it. For our core items, we're using Lionized Glare, mainly because we don't have to worry about accuracy with this. Lionized Vision because it's a pseudo 6 link or a 7 link if you get a 6 link out of this. The Pierce gem now has more damage. I have another Pierce gem here we can look at. So at level 15 you have 24% more projectile damage. Combined with the drill neck, we end up with 75% Pierce chance, which is transformed to projectile damage. We have 75 because 15 here, 10 here, and then you'll notice that the Pierce gem also gives you 50% chance to pierce. For our links, I'm using Split Arrow, Physical Projectile Attack Damage, Added Fire Damage, Weapon Elemental Damage, and Slower Projectiles. Slower Projectiles is swapped out with Faster Attacks for now. So if I'm unable to use Blood Rage in a map because of vulnerability or lower life regen, I'll swap out Faster Attacks in. For Blast Rain, we have Blast Rain, Physical Projectile Attack Damage, Faster Attacks, Weapon Elemental Damage, and Added Fire Damage. For the rest of the gear, we're just looking for life and resistances. Try and get flat physical damage on your rings and your amulet. Helm, gloves, boots, they can be a combination of armor and evasion. I try and shoot for a good bit of armor. I have 6k armor currently, 2k evasion. For our auras, we're going to run Hatred and Herald of Ash. So Hatred, Herald of Ash. I also have a Blink and Mirror Arrow set up. Mirror Arrow acts like a decoy, so that's great. And then Blink Arrow is your movement skill. I also have Rallying Cry, Blood Rage, Fall Grace, and Increased Duration. So Rallying Cry, just hit it in between packs, give you a little extra damage. And it'll also help maintain your mana in slower regen maps. Vol Grace is for any time you're hitting some, whether it's a Parandus box or a boss with some heavy elemental damage, anything like that. Anytime you want to feel safe, it adds a little extra. And then cast when damage taken, Mortal Call, Molten Shell, Increased Duration. The level on these you can kind of figure out for yourself based on what you think is too much or not enough. So with that, I'll leave you with a map. It's tier 8, minus max, LE weakness. Enjoy, hope you like the build, hope you give it a shot. So as we go through this map, I'll cover a few other things that I didn't cover in the previous section. To level this up, you can do a two-hand mace or axe, whatever you have. You can get some twink weapons or something like that. And I recommend Earthquake, Sunder, Sweep, something along those lines. It'll make leveling pretty easy. And once you can equip Lionized Glare, which is around level 66, is when I would recommend that you switch over to Split Arrow, Blast Rain.
I cannot do this yet.
If you're interested in damage numbers, damage figures on this, on our Blast Rain and the 5 link, we're looking at, I believe, 24k with the Frenzy Charges and Blood Rage up. The Split Arrow, I think I'll show some screenshots. I believe it gets up to 72k, but it kind of depends on your Rallying Cry. And if you've been hit recently because of the Berserker node, if you've been hit recently, you'll get an extra 25% attack speed. And I think with all that, it kind of gets up to like 76k, something along those lines. And this isn't max level gyms yet. Honestly, it's pretty overkill, the amount of damage that you do. And I am sort of considering switching to Juggernaut to get a bit more defense out of the build, since it does appear to do so much damage.
Return to the dirt. I cannot carry this.